Well, you've never seen a takedown like this. Tim Dillon is known for his brutally sharp takes, and when he's on a roll, no one is safe. So when he joined Megyn Kelly on her show and the topic of Meghan Markle's latest attention-grabbing stunts came up, things got hilariously brutal. From her failed Netflix series to her new not-so-cheap product line, Tim didn't just share his thoughts, he went absolutely berserk, and today we're covering it all. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
You could tell when you watch the show, she thinks people out just we're all animals. Yeah. And that's her view. She just thinks we're all monsters and we're all just kind of pigs in the mud, and that she's helping us with jam and honey. It's also very weirdly British, isn't it?
Yeah, well, her little flower sprinkles,
isn't it
her garden.
It's kind of oddly British for somebody who went over there and realized it was just a racist, horrible place. There's a lot of jam and tea and honey.
And why is she using all the royal crown on her stationery? I thought she hated being a royal. I thought she wanted to eschew the royal life and come back to America.
I have no idea why they didn't like the show. For me, it was peak entertainment. Just kidding. You could practically hear their voices echoing inside that polished, delusional little bubble they built. Both fans and critics on Rotten Tomatoes agree that it was terrible, and I have one review that sums up the entire show perfectly. Pretentious and boring. If you have spare rooms, lots of money, and not much personality, you'll probably enjoy it. Exactly. It had zero charm, no authenticity, and just enough smugness to make you want to unplug your TV. Tim also gave his 2 cents on Megyn finally launching her online store, and some might say he won't order anything from them anytime soon.
No one needs jam. There's not one systemic racist problem that no one needs jam. There's not one person wrongly accused of something or whatever, doesn't have money for a lawyer, that's looking for elderberries or wildflowers or whatever the hell she's talking about. The only people that are concerned with this stuff are people like, she lives in an area in Montecito that's so wealthy, they're not even on Earth anymore. No. And it's a beautiful area. It's a great area. But they float around and they have tea and they pick flowers. Yeah. They live in a fairy tale. And
it's not how you're living in LA right now?
It's not how we're living. No, we're sitting by our doors with guns.
Like normal people.
Yeah, we're sitting by the door with a gun waiting for someone to come in. That's how we're living. And
check the sun tea.
Yeah. No one's making honey. If you have honey in your house, you're using it as a weapon.
You don't have a local beekeeper?
No, there's no local beekeeper. There's no gardens. They've all burned.
Now, to give a bit of context to this store or this lifestyle brand wasn't even Megyn's brainchild. It was heavily backed and positioned by Netflix. They set it up strategically through the show itself, almost like a long-form commercial. If you watched the series and liked it, you were already 80% sold on the brand. When you actually look at their products, there's nothing particularly special going on. They're most likely private labeled and sourced from overseas, then repackaged with royal-esque branding. But that's not the point. The genius of Netflix here is the emotional marketing. Buying from them makes you a part of the little treat economy, as Forbes framed it, and apparently it worked. While we don't know how much inventory they actually had, reports say they sold out in under an hour.
I have a treat for you because in addition to her new Netflix show, she has launched yet another podcast.
Thank God.
This one is about...
Thank God.
Yes, this one is about founders. How does she style it?
Is it all female founders?
Yes.
Please,
I think it's all female founders.
Is it female founders? Female founders, right?
Confessions of a female founder.
Thank God. What are they thinking about, these female founders?
Oh, here you go.
What are they doing?
She starts with herself because she now considers herself a founder.
And it's hard to find... When you are married to a prince, how do you start a business? That's a real question, because the struggle she had to go through being married to a prince and being one of the most famous people in the world. How do you start a business when you're rich and famous?
Your castle's too small.
It's hard.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Megyn seems to be missing. Despite all her talk about stepping away from royal life, she went right back to the branding, literally calling herself Megyn Sussex on her Netflix series. The issue here isn't just about titles or optics, it's that people can see right through this act. That's why big names like Megyn, Michelle Obama, and Gavin Newsom struggle with the podcasting world. No matter how hard they try to seem relatable, they are not. They feel like polished, unreachable figures who suddenly parachuted into the internet. By the way, I've noticed you haven't liked the video or subscribed to his channel yet, so what are you waiting for? Now, on the other hand, someone like Joe Rogan thrives because he's actually relatable. He'll wear a wig, smoke cigars, order pineapple pizza, and casually talk about space or AI with Elon Musk all in the same episode. That's the magic of authenticity. Do you think Meghan or Michelle are going to do that? Not a chance. They're too focused on controlling how they're perceived by the public.
Now that she's coming out as a monster, I like I'm actually on board now because I'm into it because now, by the way, there's no longer even an attempt. It's such a thinly veiled attempt to be this conscientious person who, she's really just saying like, I'm a founder.
Yeah.
I'm a founder and I'm a big business tycoon and it's tough for me.
Can I tell you, she's not the only extremely rich woman who, in her case, it's questionable, but in a lot of these other women's cases, their husbands are multimillionaires or billionaires.
Yes.
And then the women like open a charity or like give their money to somebody. And then they're like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. It's like, okay.
I'm a founder.
Look, I appreciate
I've connected people with jam.
Yep, Meghan has basically turned into one of those billionaire wives who have to launch anything to feel like they're accomplishing something, and it's always feeling like they're just doing it for the sake of getting attention. To be fair, Meghan wasn't broke before marrying Harry. She was a somewhat successful actress with her role in Suits and had her own blog. But that's nothing compared to marrying into the royal family, and let's not forget she's got Hollywood instincts in a post-royal life, trying to merge both, but somehow every project she touches ends up feeling like a half-hearted attempt to find purpose. It's like she has a desperate need to prove she's not just coasting off someone else's legacy, even if what she's creating adds nothing new or interesting to the world at all.
It was all about, in the beginning, it was all about like unwinding the systems of oppression.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That's done, didn't you know?
Remember that?
She solved that.
Remember that? It was like she would go to like a third world country and there'd be a bunch of kids dancing and she'd take a photo with them. Now it seems much more about like she's looking at like Gwyneth Paltrow, what Gwyneth Paltrow did with her store.
Yes.
Goop or whatever it's called. I think it's Goop.
Goop.
Yeah, and I think she's looking at that and going, that's what she wants to be. She wants to be Martha Stewart.
Yeah. Although what I found out after the fact was she launched her show with showing you how to make this one recipe. It's like one pot pasta.
As we mentioned earlier, it's all about image for her. Meghan tried the whole SJW route, doing interviews, producing documentaries, and giving speeches about inequality, and she dragged poor Harry along for the ride. But once that didn't land, she did a complete 180. Nowadays, it's more about creating somewhat of a royal image, which she once rejected. Except this time, she's playing royalty from her California mansion, miles away from Buckingham Palace, by the way, where the actual royals are. And let's be honest, if she wanted to live a quiet life out of the spotlight, she could and could have. But instead, she's choosing to step in front of the cameras at every turn, trying to leech onto relevancy like her life depends on it. But I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends. It means the world. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.